Now, this is such a big piece that hopefully I'm zoomed out enough. There's anecdotal reports that this power supply that's included is not adequate. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm going to install it now anyway just because I don't have anything else to use. And the parts picture here doesn't quite include everything you need, so there's these guys here and a few others. 67 M3 bolts and nuts. So I'm just going to pull these out of, here we go. I'm just going to pour a bunch right in here and not worry about counting. If there's 200 bolts, or nuts rather, there should be 200 bolts as well. These I'm just going to grab a bunch here and hope they don't spread too far. They say they give you too many as it is, so let's put them to the test on that. And probably a good first step is going to be inserting all these nuts into place. So I'll just get a little dab of glue. Sometimes a little dab is not quite enough. So let's put another one in there instead. So this is going to be a very tedious section, so let's just cut forward to the point where all of this menial stuff is done. Okay, so I've moved along a little further here. I've put one nut into every single area that needed it, and I also took the liberty of attaching these back spacers here. They're supports. I forget what they're called. BB is the designation for them. So we'll put that aside, and next up in the steps here is dealing with some electronics and attaching it to the right side of the machine here. So there's 3 of these, which are the stepper motor drivers. And you never want to touch these by any other way than either by the plastic or by the sides, and I really should have an anti-static strap going right now. So these attach with these spacers in the middle, and it looks like a standard M3 bolt, but doesn't specifically say so. It just says use 4 bolts. Well, I guess I will. And the way these get mounted is, this should be the back of the machine here, and they'll get mounted so the RJ45 jacks are facing outwards. That's definitely a close fit on there. So let's fill this with 4 bolts. See how easily this can be done. Not too bad so far. Alright, and if I can, probably won't be able to hold these down the way I'd like to. If I flip this over, the bolts are going to fly until I get these nuts on the end. Let's see how easily I can do this here. One at a time, one at a time. Basically what I'll do is get these all into position just loosely so they're attached. Come on. Then once all the boards are on, I'll tighten them all up. This doesn't work too bad here. Oop. Except for dropping the bolt, the nuts. There we go. Now, if I hadn't seen one of these in person, I just screwed it up, didn't I? That's going totally backwards. So it's always good to look at what you're doing, I guess. And there's one nut gone.